Lacy makes a bold decision to find out the truth. Irene's spirits get a much-needed lift after she spends time with Sonny. Remi and Bree take 2 steps back as Avalon's song is released. And Rue's adoption plans are paused.
Come to have a go at me, mate. Get in line.
Shut up and listen. Mac is unwell and she has done nothing wrong.
She shouldn't have booked a gig for Avalon.
She can run her business however she wants. If you ever talk to Mackenzie like that again, or either of my sisters, you and I are going to have a problem. Do you understand?
Yes. Okay. Are you done yet?
You know, I was with Bree this afternoon. I was standing across from her defending you. As if you still love her. You keep carrying on like this, man. Maybe she is better off without you.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast. Your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Right, so for you, Dr. Downer.
Am I what? Sorry. Beg your pardon?
A Dr. Downer.
A Dr. Downer?
That's what Levi said he was this week. He said, I'll be the Dr. Downer.
I think I might have missed that. I think I might have missed that snippet.
On the old IVF train.
Oh, because he was being a realist, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than an optimist, or whatever the word is. Yeah.
Coming out with all his facts and his figures.
Yes. Yeah. Am I a glass half full or a glass half empty? I never know how to answer those questions, you know.
Depends what time of night it is.
I was going to say, it depends whether I've had a wine or not, you know.
Yeah.
And it's irrelevant, because I'm going to have another glass, so it doesn't matter if it's empty.
Top it up. Yeah. How are you? Are you okay?
I'm all right. I'm glad it's the end of the week. How are you doing?
Yes, the sentiment has been shared, I think. It's just been a ride this week, life. Yeah. You know, it's been one of those. Hey, something mad happened to me, you know, this week.
I'm not surprised. Go on, what happened?
The life we lead. So I was on my way to the office. I'm a designated office day. I was on my way to the office, walking down the street, blah, 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 and going past a bus stop, you know, with an overflowing bin, as you do.
Yes.
Right. And there was like a half-eaten banana on the floor.
Right.
Right. Like half in its skin and half out. Now, just to sort of set the scene, behind the bus stop was like a raised flower bed, you know, like a little wall.
Yeah.
Raised, but the flower bed is like all overgrown with like bushes and things. So you can't. There's no. Just like really long grass, and you can't really see in it, right? You just hear suspicious rustling.
Oh,
right? No! One of those.
Yeah.
So there's half-eaten bananas there, and I've not got my glasses on. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm half asleep, and I've not yet picked up my morning coffee from Greggles. So I'm on my way, and something jumps up from this banana. Up the wall.
Up the wall?
And up the wall of this raised flower bed and into the long grass.
Oh, God.
So I jumped back.
Yeah.
And then another one.
What?
And then I noticed it was rats. And another one jumped up. They were both eating this banana.
Oh.
I mean, 5 a day and all.
I was going to say, that's a bit healthier than what they normally eat.
There was a bin full of goodies there. Yeah. So I'm screaming. The rat's scared. I'm scared. Turned round. There's a line of stop traffic staring at me, and then queuing up at the lights.
What's he freaking out about a banana?
I had to try and walk past this bush.
They must have been like, that boy's never seen a banana. He's terrified.
Yeah. Woke me up, my heart was pounding. I had like running past it. So I've had a lot of nature this week. A lot of nature.
Yes.
Wait,
The trials and tribulations of going to work in the
I know.
2025 era.
Honestly, I nearly handed my notice in. But the journey's too treacherous.
It's too much now.
Felt like turning round and saying, I'm work from home today.
Make COVID great again.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Oh, I've been
How
invited.
was home?
I've been invited
Oh.
for my COVID and my flu jab today. Got a text from the doctors.
That's early.
Yeah, well, I'm on
Not
these.
had mine yet.
I'm on the special list, aren't I? So
Yeah. Me too. So
Am
I'm
I
not.
you?
I'm not far behind you.
I
Then.
got a text this morning at just after 8:00 saying, "Do you want your double jab?" I was like, "Oh, blooming heck! It's literally September." So
I'm going to have to insist I don't have the same guy as last year. I said, he put them in both arms. I said, are you sure? They'd never done that before. I said, in fact, one year they insisted, different.
Yeah.
No, it'll be fine. Well,
I
do you remember now?
Yes. I remember you texting me. Sorry. I've got the giggles. I remember thinking you're going to end up like Popeye, but on one arm.
Yeah. It was horrendous for days. I'm going to have to insist. Yeah.
Yes, I would.
How was home and away this week?
I can't bloody remember.
We're setting the tone here, aren't we?
No, I'm sorry. I'm hysterical. You know what? It wasn't like the most exciting week, I'll be honest. But there is some stuff coming now that I'm interested in. So
yeah.
I'm like, my ears are pricked up now, and I'm like, ooh, So I'm kind of excited to sort of get on with next week, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I enjoyed this week. I thought there was a lot of sort of things at play, a lot of things, a lot of pieces moving. I enjoyed this week. Even the Bree and Remi stuff wasn't dreadful. That was probably my least sort of favourite. My least, not that I didn't enjoy it, but that was the sort of stuff that I was just getting through, writing notes.
Yeah. I think the IVF thing for me was really not my thing this week.
Yeah. See, it's not mine, but I remember me and you were messaging in the week, weren't we, saying we don't really understand this.
No. Do you know what? I nearly, because I'm willing to do research for the pod. Whenever something comes up on the show, I'm willing to take, some spare time to go and look things up and learn stuff and report back. And I almost looked up IVF and why she's so ill and what it is. And then I thought, do you know what? Life is too blooming short for this. I can't be bothered. So I didn't bother. And maybe I should have, but I'm not interested, and I don't think I'm going to benefit from understanding IVF. I'm just going to go with it, doll.
I mean, we make no qualms about this pod being anti-child, right? So,
child-free podcasting.
Yeah, that's better framed. Well done. But so it's. I'm happy for listeners to get in touch though, and
tell us.
Because we can't be asked. So if you don't mind telling us, but do you know what? I wasn't watching it thinking, oh God, get on with it. I was still watching it. It's an interesting story enough. And I'm glad the show's tackling it. Albeit, I mean, again, I've said this previously, it seems to be very far down in the pecking order because there's such big stuff going on.
Yes,
that it is. So it's sort of a main A-list story being given a D-list stories treatment at the minute. For me.
And I feel like it's the thing that I'm not engaging with it over is the impatience of Mac getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
I
can see that.
She decided to go with IVF so fast, and that's like, for me, that's like a really quick turnaround from I've had 2 periods till I can't get pregnant till I need IVF, which is just insane to me. as a non-expert, I think that's a bit fast. But also this week, where she was like, she's obviously poorly off the effects of it, and then she's going, oh, I hope we're one of those couples where it works the first time around. And I was like, again, you're trying to rush things, cut corners, and I can't feel sorry for you because it's been 5 minutes, and I don't feel like I'm not sitting there going, poor girl, she's tried for a year and she's still not pregnant. I'm going, she's tried for 5 minutes, and now she's trying IVF for 5 minutes, and she's already whinging about that and saying how she doesn't want to do it again. And I was like, there's people out there that I know that have been through way worse than this and are still, struggling to get pregnant, and I feel sorry for them. But for Mac, I'm just like, stop being a brat.
Yeah, it can only go so far, can't it? When she has that approach to it, I can see that. I definitely can see that. So yeah. But I'm enjoying it. I'm into it. So yeah. A couple of things before we get into it to quickly mention. Don't forget, we have a sister podcast that is interviews with cast, crew, and more. Link in the show notes of this and every episode to Coastal News Investigates, where you can check out all the peeps we're chatting to. And latest episode was, as we mentioned last week, with Marty from the post-production crew, first assistant editor. Great chat. We've had lots of feedback about it. Very popular episode. Go and have a listen to that and more if you have time. Please. Yes. Right, should we talk about Home and Away?
Yeah, go on.
Theo and Lacy are arguing, or arguing, if you're going to read my notes verbatim. And he's saying, what if you're wrong about the day your mum died, eh? And I'm like, yes, Theo, what if? Because we've all been saying that watching at home, haven't we? What if this is all wrong? I'm starting to think, that way, because we don't. The crux of this is we don't know either, do we? So for as long as there'll be questions, there'll always be criticism of Lacy, won't they? Let's face it, and the other two. It's not just a Lacy thing. Now she does ask her dad over to talk about it in the end, so we all think, yes, we're getting somewhere again. And she's asking quite direct questions, isn't she? How did Mum die? Talk me through the accident report. I'm ready to hear it now. Come on, give me my details. And he doesn't really give her what she's looking for, does he, Sarge David? I nearly said Dr. Sarge then. Other than he gives us some detail about, it seems to be that the working hypothesis was that she swerved an animal and that was that, and there was no real evidence to support any other theory, and it just does not satisfy her in the slightest, does it, this explanation? No. Joe conveniently can't remember anything else either. Question: do you still think she can't remember? Are these flashbacks or what limited things we know? Is it the truth, or is Joe keeping something? What's your feeling here? Has it shifted yet, or?
I'm taking it on face value just because I think at the moment I'm believing that the flashbacks we're seeing are her memories, and because we're not seeing any more than that in those flashbacks, I believe this is what she remembers. If that makes sense. What about you?
I think I'm inclined to sit in the same space as that as well. Although my back's been up since she's arrived, and I've said that on here, I do worry that because she's new and I don't really know her, and she's been a bit standoffish, and she's had that running with Dana. I'm a bit like, is everything what it seems? But I think, like you say, all we can do is take it on face value at this point until we get more information. So yeah, I agree. Now Lacy changes her mind about this $100,000 from the house sale, doesn't she? And she says, I will accept it, thank you, very generous. I'm going to put it to good use, she tells Theo. I'm going to hire a private investigator to look into it. You're thinking, trouble ahead.
Yeah.
Will this Langham feud ever go away? I'm a bit like, that's supposed to be a big shocking, a twist to the story. Now she's going to go alone and prove something and uncover something great. But do I want to go on this train? Or am I exhausted already? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I feel.
It can go one of either ways, can't it? Because it could either be she finds out the thing that she really wants to know, that there is a genuine reason for the accident and it is Joe's fault or whoever. Or it could be the reason to get back in the good books with Dave and Joe, because it could just turn into nothing. A bit like the Flick story, where Flick was so convinced that her parents or her dad had been murdered and he'd never kill himself and everything else. And then it all came out when she finally read the police file and spoke to Cash. She was like, actually, you've convinced me. There's nothing sinister going on here. It's just dad in debt, grieving his wife, and that's the end of it. So I'm hoping really that we'll come to some kind of conclusion, and it will move us on, whatever it is. But I don't really know how, and we haven't seen anything since, have we? So is it going to be next week? Do we think that it's all gonna?
Well,
maybe the PI's been working this week and we've just not seen them yet. I don't know.
Well, imagine a PI comes along and solves the case in a couple of episodes, and they've had 2 years of this feud.
Yeah,
it'd be a bit Mac and Levi, wouldn't it?
It would, but that would also be quite Homer's at the moment.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
To be honest, part of me hopes so, because if it closes it, great, and if not, and it just blows the family even further wide open, at least we're getting it done rapid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't go on and on and on.
Yeah. It needs,
because I just feel like this is just going to cause major drama.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it needs something, doesn't it? I think we can't stay where we are. We can't stay with her being angry and Joe getting her hopes up every 5 minutes and saying to David, "Oh, she's come around. She came for a wine." Well, yeah, but she didn't stay for it, and she's not interested. And I think it needs something to move it on. Either she finds out that it's Joe and Sarge's covered it up, and then that's the end of it. They never speak again, and everybody moves on, or nothing comes of it, and she realizes that she's lost 2 years of being with her sister over nothing, and they reconcile. I don't know which it will be really, but it's got to be one or the other, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're not really. Do we want one more than the other? Do we think?
I think from the point of view of a viewer watching the show, like, and the drama and that kind of thing, things that I enjoy, I kind of do want something sus to have happened, because that's more interesting than there's nothing to find and it was just an accident. But then, do I want the fallout of that or not? I don't know. I feel mixed, because I'm like, it would be really interesting if there was something to uncover, but actually, do I want it to blow up? And do I want to watch that? It's like the Eden and Dad thing for the next 2 years. Can I be bothered with that? I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I'd rather it be so. I think I would rather it just be sewn up, to be honest. Even if that's less dramatic.
Yes. We can all move on with our lives then, and they can as well.
Yeah. On to the next.
Yes. Yep.
Speaking of moving on with your lives, the day of the diner sale completion has arrived, and Irene's telling John, at least she's still got the beach house, and we get more flashbacks, don't we, of housemates past, which just immediately puts us back there where we were a couple of weeks ago, first getting Irene after a diagnosis and thinking about everybody and all the rest of it, and we're just seeing more and more of the good oldies, and all the waits and strafes she's had through that place over the years, and we can't help but just immediately be transported to this nostalgic state of being upset, or at least that's where I'm coming from most of the time watching these clips.
Yeah.
Dana's back too from her breakaway. You'll remember she got banished out of town with Sonny by Irene, and her and Irene have to hash out this plan, don't they, that they're both happy with, because she felt a bit smothered by Dana before she left. Even tells her that, and what for me, what was the most interesting, fascinating, beautiful thing about all these scenes Because meanwhile, Sonny is learning out and about town just what all the fuss about Irene is. You know, he's hearing conversations, isn't he, at the diner, and and how he's listening to people talk about how important she is to the place and what she's done for the place and how long she's been here. And I think up until that point, the penny hadn't really dropped with Sonny. We were talking last week about him referring to her as Dana's landlady, and he really didn't get it, did he?
No.
He's like, why is all this? She's your landlady. It's sad, but like, why have you got to be there at a beck and call in the middle of the night? Sort of attitude, wasn't it? So for me, it was that sort of Sonny realizing, and it sort of told me that his feelings for Dana are genuine, and he has great intentions with them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Was I just too into it? Like,
No,
did you get similar messaging?
I think I think we've been told this for a few weeks now that he's sticking around. He's good for her. She's been her worst self in front of him. I think quite recently.
Yeah.
She's shown a side of herself that's not particularly nice. I mean, we've talked about it on the podcast, haven't we? Where she was, being horrible to Joe. She's even been horrible to him.
Yeah.
Throwing stuff back in his face, and he hasn't gone. And he said to her like a couple of times, "I'm here for all of it," because she's tried to sort of stop the deep and meaningfuls and said, "Don't do the D&Ms. You're the party guy." She did all that last week.
Yeah,
that's telling us. And then he's saying, "No, I'm here for all of it. I'm not just here for you for when you're fun, Dana." So I think we've been given quite a lot of clues that he's sticking around. He's the one. Even Irene's saying like, "Your guy's a catch,"
Yeah,
you've got a good one. So I think we're right to think that, because I think that's what we're being told. Yeah,
exactly. A message heard loud and clear. I just hope it's not that soap trope of listen to this. Actually,
well,
gotcha.
it is a soap, so I'm not going to rest on my laurels. So yeah. But I don't think that'll happen now. I think that's way off. When they need to cause some kind of drama, that's way off. I think at the moment we're in the honeymoon phase. They look solid. I think
I trust it. Yeah, I think I trust it
for now. Yeah.
Definitely. Now there's this whole big thing about when the contracts arrive, Irene accidentally calls John Jet. And it becomes a bit of a thing, doesn't it, this week? It really upsets John. I think John's taken aback. I think it was a sort of quite obvious sign of change and deterioration that I don't think John was ready for. No. He took it in the feels. I mean, John has been quite, and even at this point, he's quite stellar and quite strong. It's a strong force for Irene, and he's kept his breakdowns and his quivers away from her, hasn't he? And this is another one. He's just stands there in absolute, he's stunned to bits, isn't he? When he hears it. And I was thinking, I had to rewind because I missed the next few scenes because I was thinking, bloody hell, if I panicked every time someone called me the wrong name, blimey, I'd be, especially with both J's, I'd be like,
yeah.
The difference is she didn't correct herself, did she? She said it with quite clear conviction. But did you feel it was an over? I was a bit like, it felt like a bit of an overreaction from John.
Yeah, I think he's looking for it now, isn't he? Now that he knows.
True. Yeah, that is true, actually.
He's worried. I think if this was a month ago, he'd have laughed that off and said, you galah, it's me, John. What are you calling me Jet for? I think now that he knows, he's looking for it, and he's worried, and he is. It's one of his fears, isn't it? He is worried that she's going to forget him, and it's just going to be over. So yeah, I can understand why he's doing it.
Yeah, you're right. I can see that. Yeah, he knows now. If he didn't know and wasn't looking for it, he might have just dismissed that as, oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and you
forget the context, don't you? Sometimes you have to apply it.
And you might have written it off as like we all do. We all do stuff. We all forget stuff, don't we? I forgot the word for eyelid the other day.
What?
I was like, I can't remember the word for eyelid. And I was in my brain. I was going eye flap. Like, so, and I'm not thinking. I wasn't sitting there thinking, "Oh God, I forgot the word for eyelid. I must have dementia." I'm just thinking, "Oh, I'm tired. You know, I've had too little sleep, too much caffeine. I'm running on empty. You know what I mean? There's loads of excuses as to why you forget things,
Yeah, of course there is.
but now there's a reason why, and we're always going to expect that to be the reason. It might be that she's just tired. It might be that it's just her age. It might be that everyone sort of does this now and again. But because she's got that diagnosis, we're not going to think that anymore. We're going to think, oh, that's the dementia. Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
you're right.
dementia.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
So
right.
it's not
Yeah.
fair, really, because she could just be having a bad day like I did the other day. So you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Very true, actually. Now, she signs on the dotted line, and it's a bit of a moment, isn't it? Her and Leah. Actually, I've got to give it to Ada. She is knocking it out the park with these scenes, and I think it's probably a lot to do with her losing her best work friend as well. You know, we've spoken quite a lot since this storyline kicked off about the fact that the lines are blurring between actor and character sometimes in some of these scenes, and I think that's why they're working so well, because everyone is absolutely heartbroken that they're losing such an icon from the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was actually quite interestingly, we know this was the last scene that Lynn filmed. Her signing the diner, that was her very last scene.
I didn't know that until you told me.
Yeah, that was the one that's on all the news clippings of her in the diner, and yeah.
So those tears when Ada had to take herself off, you know, Leah had to take herself off to the back, you know, the back storeroom or the kitchen or wherever it was, and have that little cry. It made me think, I wonder if some of that was real. Like, I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it?
I think they are, and I think that's why it's so good. I think that's why we're feeling it as well, because I think you can't just some stuff you just can't fake.
Yes.
You know. And
it's like bleeding of the real life and the fictional, isn't it?
Yeah. There's been a lot of bleeding of that throughout this whole thing, and I think that's why it's been so emotive. And there's our attachment to it as well, and you know, and we're all just having to accept this, aren't we? And we're all feeling the same.
It is mad though that we know that was her last filmed scene, but we know that she's on screen with us for another month or so.
Yeah, strange, isn't it? They filmed really... way out. Yeah.
That blows my mind, because I just think of the poor cast, you know, when they're reading their scripts and they're going, right, so today I'm filming my last scene, but actually this happens a month before I'm off screen on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just really, really weird.
Yeah, what we've just seen came after everything we're about to see. It's just weird, isn't it?
It's
I
really
mean, how they even keep track of what the character's doing. I mean,
I'm surprised they can.
I can't even stick to a morning routine in the morning, me. I always forget something.
I know. I wouldn't even know what day it was.
I know, it's the same shit every day and I still forget something.
Exactly.
So how they do it, I don't know. I mean, I suppose you just have to do the scenes that are in front of you and just let somebody else work it out.
But they must make no sense, because that must be so hard as an actor to act out a scene when you might be doing it before you've done all the ones before that. So you might not really understand how your character feels in that moment. Or I know. I don't know. I find that really weird.
It gives you a bit of newfound respect for soap actors, I tell you. Because in a day, let's say they've got multiple scenes all in the wrong order.
Yeah.
You might go from a romantic scene to a crying scene. You've got to be back again for a happy scene.
And you might not know why you're crying in one of the because you've not had the scene where you've
not done the bit before it. Yeah. Mad,
and you might not film that for 4 weeks. So you might not know why you're hitting someone over the head with a shovel, you know? I don't know. I find it really strange.
Yeah. Crazy. Why we can't, I mean, this always takes the same time to film it in order. I don't get it.
I don't get it, but yeah. I'm sure there's reasons that we don't know. Yeah.
So Leah's heartbroken. Alf speaks to her, doesn't it? And I loved Alf and Leah's scene here. And this is one thing I'm looking more forward to in the future. I'm putting it out there now. I'm going to manifest it. I want more Leah and Alf one-on-one. I don't think there's enough of it. I think they could do quite well together, with the little Alf scenes. And he speaks to her and he says, "You've got to go forward. There's no future in the past," he tells her. And I thought that was quite funny. A little, whether it was deliberate or not, but I sort of inferred, that's the soap, that's Home and Away. Like, it's always changing, always going forward. There's never much retrospect. There's no future in the past. I thought that was quite a candid little way of saying that.
Yes.
Maybe I'm just looking for it.
Possibly, but I like to think it's an Easter egg as well, that it's like a nod to the show. And I tell you what, though, you're talking about Mr. Stewart having scenes with Leah and that, want more of that in the future. And I know I've spoken to you about this off air, but I'm going to say it again now. I still finding it really weird that we've not had Mr. Stewart and Irene having a scene, and yet we've had loads of scenes of Mr. Stewart talking to other people about Irene's diagnosis.
Yeah.
Like, he's been talking to Leah about it. He's been talking to John about it. He's been talking to Justin, and I can't remember who else he's crossed paths with, Rue, probably, and Marilyn. But he's mentioning, like, oh, it's it's a shame, and like, I can't believe it, shocked. How you doing? Saying to John, do you need days off work? I know you're really close. I've not actually seen him speak to Irene, yet he's spoken to the whole bay about her diagnosis, and I'm finding this really weird.
Yeah. Do you know what? I hadn't noticed it, and when you brought it to my attention, I was like, what? Oh my God.
Unless I've missed something, but I cannot remember a scene where he's gone to her, "Oh, I'm really sorry to hear about your diagnosis, Irene," and she's gone, "Oh yeah, it's one of them," or whatever the scene might be. I don't remember seeing them.
No, I think he's been present in sort of wider scenes, hasn't he, at the diner and things. But he hasn't sort of gone to her and gone, "I've heard the news.
No.
What do you need?" Or, you're right, he hasn't. His scenes, and again, this is sort of Home and Away, and it's block storytelling. His scenes have been very much up at Summer Bay House, haven't they? He's not really done much else.
He's been in the surf club. He has, and he's been in the diner.
He has, but he's not really done much dialogue there.
No.
Like, he's had a lot of airtime up at the house, and I wonder whether he's having to film separately, like with Rue and Maz up at the house, because like, there's a child actor and they've only got so many hours, and I wonder if there's like some logistics behind the scenes.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm trying to give reason to why it's ended up being overlooked, because it seems like a massive omission that Alf's the longest running male, Irene's the longest running female, unless we're building to it. Do you remember the Sally exit? And it was like Alf avoided her until the very end, unless we're building to something. But it does feel like a massive omission, and it's all I've thought about since you brought it to my attention.
I can't stop thinking about it, because I'm like, have they got some kind of, like, have Irene and Mr. Stewart got some kind of beef? And, that we don't know about. It's driving me nuts thinking about it, because I'm like, every scene, he's like, "Oh yeah, do you need time off work, or need to go and look after Irene?" And he's like, he's consoling Harper, and Harper's not a character he has much to do with, but they seem to be talking a lot lately.
I mean, even this Leah scene here that I'm praising, and how cute he was, but there's somebody else's, like, she's just signed the contract, but so's Irene. Has he not gone to her? You're right. Like, why would he just stick to it? Something else is. I think there's obviously something coming. I think it's the only. So. Otherwise, Alf's letting us down here.
Yeah, I feel a bit like, why is he snubbing her? Like, why is he avoiding her?
Yeah, and we want to know if he is.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Now Dana gets home, and she finds Irene and Sonny having a little boogie, salsa dancing.
Loved this.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. How good was this?
So good.
I was smiling because I'd just been blubbering. We've just signed the diner away, and the next thing I am smiling. This episode was crafted so well. Honestly, this is why I think the week's been so strong because of the writing.
Yes.
You know, in this episode, I went from, you know, intrigue to being really upset, and now I'm grinning like a Cheshire cat. You know, and I don't know what to feel anymore. And I'm 20 minutes in, and I'm like, am I happy? Am I sad? What's going on? It was just such a good episode.
Yep.
She finds them dancing, and I was just, you know, and Irene's I think that's the first time we've seen her smile in weeks.
It is, definitely, yeah. Yeah, she wasn't thinking about the diagnosis. She was just being Irene, you know? And I thought that was really nice that he had that scene with on the sofa beforehand where he kind of mocked her, like, you're retired. What are you going to do with your life? You know, come on, think of something you want to do.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm like basically retired myself. I just, you know, coast through life. And I just, what does Sonny want to do today? You know, what does Irene want to do today? It was that. And I thought that was...
At least he admitted it.
That was really not... Yeah. But we needed that because who better in the Bay for her to talk to about doing whatever she wants all day long? Now, because it was a way. I think there was two things that got us past the sadness of the sort of diner contract being signed over. To get Irene out of the dumps, we needed this Sonny scene. We needed her to be lifted and gone, okay, that chapter of your life's over, but your life's not over. And what do you want to do? You know, what's on your bucket list, doll? What do you want to get done? What does Irene want to do today?
Gets her thinking, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I think on the other side, although it did upset Irene in the short term, the other side was Leah obviously feeling devastated that now she's got the diner on her own, and Justin was the one to say, yeah, but this is your business now. Why don't you look at the positives? You can redecorate. You can do this, that, and the other. It backfired, but it was supposed to get her out of that pit, you know, and say, look, yes, this has happened, and yes, it's awful, but there's also the positives of it. It's your place. Do what you like, you know, make it your own. Yeah. So I think there was those conversations, although they went in different directions eventually, I think they were really important to have.
No, I agree. And I just felt this whole piece was quite compelling to watch. And we had people interacting with people that wouldn't normally, and it was just really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I picked out as well that in Irene's flashbacks, she's goofing around dancing with Chris.
Yes.
And then, you know, come to present day, and we see her doing, it was like a mirror. You know, we see her doing the same with Sonny at home and goofing around, and it felt very Chris and Irene.
Yes.
And it was a bit like, you know, accepting that, you know, sometimes things change.
Yeah.
You know, people change and circumstance change, and you
but
know,
she's
you can
still Irene, you know.
Still Irene, still dancing.
Yeah.
You know, and I just thought it was a really nice way. Whether the majority of the audience will pick up on that, I don't know. But I was looking. I thought I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, so that's where we're at. We feels a little bit like getting closer to closure with that. But I do worry about where we're going to go now. He's got her thinking about things she might want to do. We've been here before when she had the cancer and she wanted to be a singer all of a sudden. I'm not living that again.
True. I'm waiting for her to come down in the middle of the night to get a drink of water from the kitchen, and she has a flashback to that time where she caught Cash in his pants in the kitchen. I'm waiting for that because that's worth remembering. That I think
we're not at that one yet.
No. Do you remember that when he lived with her for a bit?
do. Yeah,
and he was like really awkward, and he kind of went like sideways past her like a crab. I absolutely died laughing. So I'm waiting for it to remember the half-naked Cash in the kitchen. There we go.
Oh, yeah, any excuse.
Exactly.
Any excuse. Any excuse.
Exactly. One track mind.
Well, his trouser dropping days are over because his wedding's being brought forward.
I know.
Lol.
Is it in exactly 2 weeks, Si?
Did they say 6?
What did they say? 3 months, didn't they?
Oh.
3 months.
Oh, it was 6 months down to 3 months.
Yeah.
Does that put us at a finale? Have you done the maths?
Oh,
I don't think it does it?
I haven't. 3 months from now. where are we? We
Or
are
from last week.
September. End of August to end of September, end of November. It could be a bit rushed.
It could be the opener.
It could be
next
January.
year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Can't wait. Eden and Cash. So it's been brought forward. It could be in January. Eden and Cash duck out as Abby gets very excited about this when she overhears it deliberately. But she soon tracks them down. She's got all the magazines, hasn't she? Dress shopping, you name it. Cash has asked John to change the date. He's declined, said he's busy. No dates will do at all during any of this time. And of course, that's how sort of people start wondering what's going on. Is John okay? Why is he turning that down? Dana gets wind of it, tells Irene, and she then tells John off for not doing the wedding and blah, blah, blah. And he says, I'm not doing it. You called me Jet and I can't have you forgetting me. So after we've just recovered and we're beaming smiles and we're dancing in the living room, I'm wet through blubbering again. Because John's, the way Shane delivers it as well, I'm not going to have you forget me. You're calling me the wrong names already.
Yeah.
And I don't want to... If I go off and do a wedding for an hour, you might forget me.
The logic wasn't there, but the sentiment was, yes.
You've just got to let yourself feel the episode, Sophie.
I know. He just wanted to be sad. He didn't want to arrange a wedding, did he? He was just like, I just want to be sad John this week. Yeah.
But, he's losing his bestie.
I know.
So he's got his own process to go through. I think.
Yeah.
Got to remember that, haven't we? Got to remember it. Remi and Bree are going on another date this week. I'm like, oh, give me strength. And whilst at the bar, Remi bumps into Justin, who's like, have you seen Babylon's songs dropped? And he's all over the front of it. Friend of the pod, Tamsin from Pop Goes to Tam Tam, said the front cover of that single looked like 2010 One Direction, and I must say I agree.
It does look a bit like what was that thing that we all used to use? It was like collage thing. Oh, I can't remember. Back in the day when you used to make stuff in like a collage and then there'd be a big heart in the corner and like some kind of software on the computer. I'm talking about PCs. We're not even talking about phones.
Not Paint. Something a bit more.
Something like Paint, yeah, where you just like make a collage and then it'd be like 4 pictures and a heart in the corner or something. just cringe. Just, MySpace style.
Amateur
hour, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's a muse. He's her muse, you see.
Yeah.
Now, at the exact same time, Bree's seeing it all over the social media, and she goes nuts. And says it's not in the past; it's right here on my phone. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh bloody hell! Are we going to try in this or not? There was always a risk the music was going to come out. He's bloody recorded it. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's the photos.
Am I lacking
caption.
sympathy? Yeah,
I think we knew the song was going to come out. I think we knew that. I think the way that it got delivered to Bree was. I mean, Kirby's a bitch. Let's face it. Kirby knows she may be
out of order.
She may be on the other side of the world. She may be living the dream and doing everything else. But she also had a phone call from Remi, which was on the show. We saw it, where he phoned her up and told her that he cheated on Bree with the Kraken. And, she knows all about it. And she's supposed to be Breezy, who she called her, Breezy's Bezzy. And yet she doesn't check in with Bree, say, are you okay with this caption that Babylon's written about your bloke? She just reshares it for everybody to see. Like she's endorsing, which I know they did say they would do that, didn't they? Because they had that agreement that I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine.
Yeah.
But she didn't even check in with Breezy and say, "Oh, have you seen this post that Babylon's put on Instagram? And I've got to share it because I've got an agreement with her, but I just want to check in that you're okay." She just shared it. And that's how Bree saw it. So Bree's seen a picture of her fella sitting on a couch, all cozy up with this girl that he slept with a caption, gushing over him about how he's her muse. And I just thought, that's horrendous. That is an awful way. And she sat out there on the balcony on her own, waiting for him to come back from the bar when this gets seen. I just thought I did feel sorry for her. I thought that made me feel sick.
Okay, you've made me feel terrible now because I was lacking sympathy 120 seconds ago, and now you've made me feel okay.
I'm just like putting myself in her shoes. Like my bestie, who's abroad, and I'm really happy for her, has just reshared this post, and it's like some woman that slept with my boyfriend saying it is amazing.
I get it. Yeah. I do see
I feel
that.
sick thinking about that.
I do. But she's unprepared, isn't she? You know, that's what it is. It's like blindsided. She's only just. I think she's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. To be honest, I don't think she's quite. She's trying, isn't she? But at this stage, I don't think she's quite decided if it's for her or not. I think she's struggling, isn't she? You know, we saw her jump him the other week. She thought that might help. That was a no-go. Now they're trying to take it slow, but I still think she's undecided, isn't she? Whether she's going to be able to do this. So I think this has then sort of reaffirmed all her doubts and her fears about it and trust and all the rest of it. It's brought it all back up to the forefront. What little she's managed to sort of put behind her, it's just come rushing over her again, hasn't it? At this stage, and I think that's natural, and I think that's quite a realistic way to portray it, to be honest. She's trying her damned hardest. She's getting out there and she's speaking to him at least, but obviously she's got all this feeling about it, and you can't help how you feel. That's one thing you can't control in life, isn't it?
No, and she loves him. Like, she still loves him. She hates what he's done to her, and she hates how she feels about it, and that's a horrible tightrope to walk on.
Of course it is. I tell you what was ironic. She ends up a walk and talk with Levi, of all people, asking him for advice about it all.
So tell me the last time you cheated on your wife. How did you feel? How did you guys get past it? He was like, but I was out the door. I didn't even try and reconcile with her. You know,
I was in bed with her.
I wasn't trying to keep the peace. I was just like, I'm out. Bye. You know.
As soon as I saw them sort of chatting, I thought, lol.
Yes.
Lol. Now, next day, she gets smashed. It might have even been later that night, and she starts listening to the song. Now, I think I love Drunk Bree. Why have we not seen any of Bree? Because now I'm seeing these bits. I'm like, we've missed out on a good character here.
This is the
it's
first
bloody
time.
Criminal.
This is probably the first time I've related to Bree as a character.
Yeah.
She feels like a human being now. You know, she's in love with this guy. He's treated her like crap. She's crying. She's getting hammered on her own, listening to this woman's song, trying to get her head around it. You know, I get it. She's heartbroken, and I understand, and she still loves him, but she doesn't want. You know, it's that whole I love him, but I can't be with him. But I can't not be with him because then he'll be with her. And I don't want him to be with her. It's horrible, but I get it. And this is the first time I've related to her when she's been hammered, and trying to work out how she feels. We've all been there.
Completely agree. And I wish we'd have seen way more of this Bree. Right, I just wish we'd have seen way more of this turmoil. She's so good at it, you know. And considering her black story, there was so much there. There was so much we could have done. Now, she insists Remi listens to this song, doesn't she? It doesn't go down too well. There's a bit of an argument about Avalon saying she's got a gig at Salt, and Remi has a massive go at Mac, who is crook as rock good because she's injecting something that we don't understand, but it's IVF related, and she's really poorly. And he goes and has a go at her. Now Levi goes all caveman, goes over there, takes the door off its hinges, he wrecks the set. Like, we can't have any more scenes in the share house because Levi walked through it.
He totally crossroaded that door. Sorry. I was waiting for it to wobble. I was like, oh my God, is that set actually capable of that kind of abuse? I don't know.
I was clutching my pills. Like, ooh.
Listen here, mate. He's got that Crocodile Dundee voice as well.
Shut up and listen.
It's not a knife.
It was quite a good scene, actually.
Yeah.
I quite liked Remi being told he's a prick, you know, because we've all been screaming it, haven't we? He's been doing
Yeah.
himself no favours, all online, all of us watching it, we've all been saying it. And it was about high time a character told him so, because Bree, I don't feel, has been strong enough when she's been at him. I've wanted more. I wanted to do more, you know. I wanted to shake her and say, throw Smy's head, you know. And it was so satisfying when he just came barging through the house, you know.
Yeah.
Took the wall with him. Now there's this whole Eden and him setting up this gig. Even then, you know, this is being spearheaded by Bree. I don't think he deserves this.
No.
Let him work it out himself, Bree. You know, you're making yourself way too. If I was in Bree's shoes, I think I would be like, well, if you feel like you don't want to do music, fair enough. But I think she needs to focus on herself.
Yeah.
Even in this moment, she's thinking lots about him, and I'm not saying she shouldn't. I know she cares about him deeply, but also there comes a time, and I think this is one of them, when you want to put yourself first for a bit. You know.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know what she's doing really. I mean, I feel like she's not letting herself feel this. She's not letting herself get angry at him. She's not letting
Is it
herself.
denial though?
Yeah, and it feels like she's going, right, I'm not gonna get angry, and I'm not gonna ruin our relationship over this, and we're just gonna get past it. And the only way I can think to get past it, and she's trying all these different things, like first of all jump him, second of all get drunk and listen to the song and try and work out what it is I can't give him that she can give him, and all that stuff. That didn't work. Now she's like, right, well, he feels guilty, so that's not going to go away. So now I need to get him past this guilt, and I need to get him back in music. And it's like she's trying all these things, and actually what she's not doing is feeling the feelings that she's got.
Yeah.
I feel like she's just trying to like deal with this like it's a problem, but she's not actually feeling how she feels about it and being rational.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let herself feel a bit.
Yeah. She's just trying to fix it. She's like, right, I'll try this, and then I'll try this, and then that didn't work. So he needs to get past the guilt. He needs to pick up a guitar again, and then we'll be back to normal because he'll be Remi and he'll be playing guitar. And it's like, that's not going to fix it either, Bree. I don't think.
No. I think she needs to walk away.
I do. Yeah.
I'm over it. I think she needs to get there faster.
Yeah. I think she will get there. I think she'll see him on, because she's thinking, get him on the stage, you know, play the guitar again, and then she'll see him, and instead of going, oh, that's the man I love, that's the man I fell in love with, she'll see him on stage and think, oh, last time he was playing a guitar was with her, and then that'll be it. I think it won't have the same feeling as she normally. You know, normally when she's at Salt watching him play with Lyric, like she's dancing and she's looking so happy, and she's sort of bouncing around, isn't she, normally with a glass of something in her hand. And I think she's trying to replicate that. And I think when she gets to that point, she's going to just see him and her, and she's not going to feel all of that stuff that she's trying to feel again.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And it's just going to be, this is not the same. It's broken.
Yeah, the horse has bolted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's not the same. Like, she can't pretend that it is.
No, and you can't undo it. Like, you know, it's one of those things. Do you ever come back from it? Even couples who work through it, you're not the same, are you?
No.
You know?
No.
You just have to both be happy with what you are at that point, you know, and we'll find a way on. Whether she can do that, I'm not sure. Like I say, she's giving me very one foot in vibes.
Yeah, I think so.
She's not all in, is she?
No.
Right, Cohen. I can't believe I'm going to say these words. He's getting enrollment forms for Summer Bay High.
Brace yourself.
This mythical place. And Rue's got her interview with the department as well, hasn't she? But she's dressed like she's going to bury them. And Cohen is being great round the house. Those words that Cash said have stuck, haven't they? Oh God, he's so cute, Cohen. But those words that Cash said about, what was his experience? Because you have to remember, he was brought up on a farm, was Cash, so there was a lot to muck in and do. But he said, didn't he, to him during one of his mates' bonding sessions. Me and my sister used to do loads so that my foster parents would want to keep us, this is what we did.
Because Flick was a nightmare, that's why.
Yeah, they would want to just ship him off again.
Yeah.
So Cohen has taken that quite literally because he's petrified of being abandoned again. So he is literally doing everything. I'm telling you, I want a Cohen round here.
Yes.
Like, I'm in a dire need of a Cohen here, actually.
No. Oh, God, my house is a mess. But anyway. We digress. Yes.
Me and you have spent way too long this week already wondering why they're washing pots by hand.
Yeah.
Right next to a dishwasher. But yes, he's doing a lot of work. I know. Even crazy. That's hard work.
I know. Gosh, I can't live without mine. You know, mine broke recently, and I went 12 hours without it. I got a new one the next day. I was like, nope, this has to be replaced.
It's piled in the sink.
I don't even know where the fairy liquid is. It's somewhere at the back of the cupboard under the sink, and there's spiders.
I don't buy it,
spiders in there. I know I've got an old bottle in there somewhere, but there's spiders in that cupboard, and I don't go in it very often.
I just simply won't buy it. Yeah. If something's got something on it, it stays in there until it ain't got something on it. Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Four times a charm.
Yeah. The cycle just gets longer every time I just notch it over.
Oh dear.
Because now I've got the smart meter, you see, I'm trying not to do the super cycle.
Oh, right.
So this is all riveting stuff. So she's taken him to Yabby Creek to open bank account and buy a school uniform and everything. And Alf's saying things like, "Oh, he was always meant to be here. This just feels right." Alf loves him as well. Too good to be true. Ding dong, Rue's phone goes off. Bad news, the application's on hold. Now, the department initially don't answer the phone. She's frantic because Rue at this point is like desperate for this to not slip through her fingers, isn't she? She is way into this, right? She's so far in, she can't breathe. She's suffocating. Desperate at this point. Then answering, so she calls Sarge, doesn't she, Sarge Dave? And he's like, yep, seems we have the father, or we think we might have his father. Now, many a question does pop up at this point, because we're a bit like, why now? Why is it taking so long? Does father know he exists? Like, what's going on here? Obviously, we've fallen hook, line and sinker for the usual soap thing. Too happy they were. It was all going to plan. And it's what Rue does next, which I think, because I was feeling sorry for her. I understand the desperation. I understand that she's sort of set her heart on this now, and she's fallen in love with him, and I was sympathizing with it. But then she starts to do this thing where she's not honest with him again. When she's going to the police station, and they were real. Georgie Parker is bloody good, isn't she? There were quite powerful scenes of her down at the police station. Well, that one where he comes out and tries to introduce himself. And he's like, thanks for looking after my son. And he's like, well, no one else will do it. And I thought, oh my God.
No one else was here.
Yeah, these were such good scenes, though. Honestly.
They were, but I'm so cross with Rue again. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is why I don't like this woman.
You don't think it's out of desperation then, like me? Do you think... Go on, tell me your thoughts.
I can't get on board with her. I'm sorry. I'm really trying. I've been trying to give her the benefit of the doubt with this storyline, because we've been saying for ages that she's a great actress and she's got this irritating character, and for some reason they write Rue in a certain way and it gets everyone's back up. And I was kind of hoping with the Eliza stuff that would be the redemption of Rue, and it wasn't. She was crap. And then with Cohen, I'm like, yeah, she's getting it wrong, but her heart's in the right place and she's trying, and I've tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. But now I'm like, oh, I'm really annoyed with her again because she's rushed this. Even Harper said last week, hang on, I thought the plan was to look for his biological family first. And and now you want to adopt him. Like, even she was like taken aback, and I was like, yeah, that was the plan, Rue. The plan was to look for his family and try and place him, because you're emergency foster care, you're not even permanent foster care. And now she's jumped the gun and she's decided that she wants to adopt him. She's decided that now's the time, and I just feel like she's railroading it because she wants it. And what is in the best interest of Cohen? She's saying things like, "Oh, this guy's come out of nowhere, doesn't even know him," and I'm like, "You've known him for 5 minutes. If he gets 5 minutes, if he gets the equivalent time with this bloke, if he is his dad, if he gets the equivalent time with him, maybe he'll feel the same way about him as he thinks he does about you right now." But he hasn't had that time, and she doesn't know the backstory of this guy, but she's assuming so much about him. I don't know, and I'm just like, what did you want, Rue? Did you want to be a foster carer? Which, when you sign up for this is the reality. You don't get a kid for life.
Well, Sarge basically says that to her, doesn't he, when he puts her in a place?
Yeah.
He says, "I'm the policeman, and you're the emergency foster carer. Let me do my job."
Yeah. And
He
that is
tells her
what she
straight.
is.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
that's the job that she applied to do, emergency foster care. And she's going to get somebody that that she's going to feel attached to. That was the risk. I don't know. I just feel this was really fast.
Yeah. Do you know why? I know what you're saying. I think I'm a bit more softer to her, in terms of willing to go there with her, I think, out of the two of us.
Yeah.
And I did feel for her in that, she's fallen in love with him. She started to picture the future. She's getting him set up for school and all the rest of it, and it just fits with the family so well. Everybody loves him. He's a really polite young man. She could see a future with him. You're right. If she wanted to adopt, she should have done the adoption process, not the fostering, because and I don't know if that's what we're supposed to take from one of these stories as well. That sometimes people do the wrong thing. Foster parents don't mean they can't stick it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a tough gig sort of
Yeah.
thing emotionally. I think there's an element of that, but also I think deep down I'm reading it like Rue knew that family would be dug up at some point, and that's why she has rushed this through, right? Because I think she was so scared of this happening that she was which doesn't paint her in a good light, I will admit, but she was trying to get him adopted before anybody could come back.
But who's that benefiting?
Well, in her eyes, Cohen, but she doesn't see it that way. Well, she thinks, and it's her view, and I'm not saying it's correct, it is warped. She thinks she's more equipped to look after him because Dad's been absent. But that doesn't, she's only known him a couple of weeks.
I know, and that's why I don't feel. Maybe if this had been a few months, maybe this had been 6 months, and he was all settled in, and she knew she was basically his mum by that point. You know what I mean? Maybe then I would start to feel, okay, it's not fair, and this guy's just come out of nowhere. But right now, I'm like, she's had him for 5 minutes, and that was the whole plan. Like, he wasn't ever long term, and she hasn't tried to exhaust all the options, and she's just rushed into it. And
she moved the goalpost, didn't she? Yeah.
And
you're
she's
right.
got his hopes up. And I don't think, although she might be convincing herself this is in Cohen's best interest, I don't think it is in Cohen's best interest. And I think if she stood back, she would see that this is in her best interest. This is what she wants. This is what's best for her, because it's filling that void in her life that she won't admit that she's got.
Yeah, no, you're right. Do you know? I wish that was more explicit in the script as well.
Yeah.
Because to me, that is and we've said this before when the Eliza stuff was happening. That is the elephant in the room, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That is the big unspoken. There's a great big whopping elephant, and it's called Martha. And it's not. I don't know what it just. If it was, it needs to be explicit in the script, because then it would explain her behaviour more.
Exactly.
You know,
And then
it
I
would
might
get,
feel bad for her, you know.
yeah,
'Cause
it would get people on side more. Yeah.
yeah, because he's not even mentioned Martha. And
No.
considering we've had that many mentions of people, like we've mentioned Jet twice this week. I don't know if you've noticed, but we've had 2
Yeah.
Jet mentions this week.
Yeah.
Because Marilyn mentioned him as well about the adoption
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We've had a Duncan mention recently. We've had an Ava mention. You know, we're mentioning people, and I all the time, because we're doing this, I'm thinking, oh, when are they going to mention Martha? When is she going to say, oh, you know, maybe I'm doing this because I feel like this is my second chance to be a mum and get it right this time, and you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even when Samantha gave him up, like, she's been in that woman's shoes.
Yeah, but
She has given her
said
child up.
that, and she's
I
not
know.
said that to him. She's not even like opened up to Cohen and said, "Do you know what? I've got a daughter that's out there somewhere." That would be a really nice scene to watch,
I know.
because he's obviously saying, "Oh, mum gave me up." He's assuming why his mum gave him up. He wrote that letter to her and said, "Look, you know, I know that you're trying to look after both of us. You've only got, you know, the capacity to look after one of us. So you look after yourself. I've got this lovely family. You don't need to worry about me. I'm going to be okay. You know, you just make sure that you're okay in prison, because I can't look after you there. You've got to, you know, all your energy's got to go on you." And I think that would have been a really nice time for Rue to open up and say, "You're right. I think you know, your mum is trying to think of you and put you first. And when I was younger, I had a baby and I wasn't prepared and I wasn't able
Yeah.
to look after her. And I made a really horrible decision to give her up because I thought that was the best thing for her. You know, and your mum's doing the same thing for you. And one day you'll understand and blah, blah, blah." That would have been a really nice scene to have, but we haven't had it again. And I don't know
I know.
why we're not.
I know. It would be fascinating to watch, wouldn't it? You know,
Yeah.
and after all these years, it's bubbling up, and it's made it to the surface,
Yeah,
and it would just be such a good payoff.
it would.
And it's criminal. It is criminal. I will give you that. That needs now. I think I'm filling that in. Right, and I think I'm probably giving her a bit more leeway as a result. But if it was just there and explained, and newer viewers, if there's this whole myth about, you know, scared of alienating younger viewers and all the rest of it, those conversations, those scenes that she'd have with Cohen would explain it to those viewers that perhaps don't know. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that would explain the backstory, and then you know, and then off we go.
Exactly.
Um,
And I'm not saying I want to
it
see it. I'm not saying I want to
yeah.
see Martha come back, because after watching EastEnders this week, I do not want a mother-daughter reunion. Oh my god, it's like watching paint dry when you watch it again the second time round and it's the same bloody conversation. So I don't necessarily want Martha to rock up. I just want her acknowledged, and I want Rue to
Yeah.
say, "Do you know why I'm doing
This is
this?
what-
Do you
yeah.
know why I'm so crazy and why I can't put Cohen first? I'm being really tunnel visioned with this, and I'm so adamant to get him, and I'm not thinking straight. It's because it's my own trauma is affecting my
Yeah.
decision
Yeah.
making."
Yeah, and I think this has made me realise I've got to face it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
That's all we need, and it'll go to a long way to explaining why she's like she is.
Yeah, it will. Right, Si, it's that time.
What time would that be?
Your say on the bay.
My say on the bay.
No, not your say on the bay, although it can be. Please do chip in. I've been digging through social medias and reading comments and reactions from people that have watched Home and Away in the UK this week, and I'm going to read them out to you, and you can tell me what you think as well. So it kind
I'm
of
sure
is.
I will.
It's your say on the bay in a way.
Yeah, well,
I'm a poet and I didn't know it.
she raps.
But a quick reminder before I do all of that chatting about what's on social medias, just a reminder, we are on social medias. We are Coastal News Podcast at Coastal News Pod, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky. We tweet along live with the show 6 till 7 p.m, Monday to Friday on X, Twitter. Use the Home and Away UK hashtag, UK being the optimum one. Jump on and join the discussion. There's lots of people that join in online at 6:30 till 7. So if you want to join in, join in. If you don't do social medias and you can't do the tweet along, you can email us, and the email address is coastalnewspod@gmail.com. I don't think we've had an email this week, actually.
I haven't
Sadly.
had an email this week, no.
No, you have not got mail. So
No. I
yes.
checked and it wasn't full, the mailbox. So
I'd be surprised.
return to sender. There's a song in there somewhere, isn't there?
Demon, is it Demon Mail Master or whatever? Demon Mail?
Yeah.
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 When it goes back to sender, I can't remember. I remember the first time I got that demon mailer or whatever, and I was like, "Oh my god, Satan has
shit.
sent me an email."
Turn the computer off quick.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble." But no, it's not that exciting. Talking of email though, we had an email last week that we read out from Jacob, and we were talking about returnees and possible cast coming back, for Irene's leaving and that kind of thing. And somebody did get in touch with us because I know we asked for people's opinions at the end of last week's Your Survey, and Sarah got in contact with us on Twitter and said, "Hi Coastal News Pod, I don't think they will, but I would love to see Nathan, Finn and Damien come back, even if it's just for one episode."
Yeah.
I think that's a popular choice, actually.
I think people want to see, so it's a good opportunity, isn't it? And yeah,
it seems to
I don't think I need it personally, but I understand
No.
why people want to see it because it's the nostalgia, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think people think that makes sense because they're her kids, and obviously, that's her closest family. I think for me, I just feel like she's had so many kids in inverted commas since then on the show that we've seen her drag up or bring up or whatever, that they don't feel like the obvious choice to me. I don't, even though she's blood related to them.
Yeah, we said this. We touched on it, didn't we, last week?
Yeah.
Sort of saying it doesn't really matter because so much water under the bridge since.
I
tell you what is interesting though; they don't even appear in flashbacks.
No,
they only go so far. No. But I do wonder, having us spoken to Marty a couple of weeks ago on the Investigators pod, I wonder if it's because of the picture quality.
Could be, yeah, because that'll be like late 80s, early 90s, will it?
Yeah, because if you noticed, the flashbacks are only going so far.
Yes, yeah.
They're not old, really. Well, I know they are going back a bit, but...
Some of them are old, aren't they? But yeah, you're right, they're sort of filmed in different ratio and different colour and...
There might be a technical reason.
Yeah.
Why they're not included.
I mean, if you watch the Amazon Prime Series 1, it just looks... It's tiny. It's like... I don't know about you, but my screen's got all black all around it because it's obviously filmed it for a different ratio screen.
Yeah.
And it just looks... It looks dated. It doesn't look like today's Homers, let's put it that way. So to make it not look jarring, I think would be a lot of work.
Yeah. Agreed.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe Marty did say he was getting to the point where there were so many flashbacks. He was like, if I see another flashback.
Yeah, and he said it was still part of his life, so I don't know what that means.
So yeah, we could be getting a lot more. Maybe towards the end, when she's really about to go. Maybe when she's locking up the house or whatever, we'll see more. I don't know. But...
It'd be unrealistic, wouldn't it? To not have your own kids part of it. But,
it would, yeah. But
she doesn't even seem to have a photograph of her.
No, she's got well, that's the thing. She's got everyone else because she spent, not being funny, but she spent more time bringing up other people's kids than her own kids.
Well, do you know what? Yeah, it's true.
She has. So, yeah.
If I got Alzheimer's, first thing I'd forget are my kids and all.
It's not selective, doll. Oh dear. I don't know.
But you there, boy, get out of my house.
Oh dear. Oh, it's funny. But yeah, talking about the old cast, obviously that was Sarah saying who she'd like to see back on screen as a person joining the show now was, an older sort of character coming back. Lots of people are also mentioning this week about the flashbacks that we're seeing of old cast as we remember them and still enjoying all of these. So thank God we're enjoying them because it does sound like we've got more to come of these flashbacks. But Mr. David mentioned all of Lynn's hairstyles over the years. And, it's fascinating because I sort of, in my head, I see Irene and I think of her red sort of almost shoulder length bob.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think of that, but then actually when you see these flashbacks, you're like, wow, she has had loads of different hairstyles, different colours. She's not always been red. She's been blonde. She's been very dark, sort of almost black at one point.
Mm.
And that is fascinating to watch. So Mr. David said that he's enjoying the many hairstyles of Lynn McGranger over the years. Jamie says flashbacks of Selena and Chloe, proper 90s throwback.
Yeah.
Julie says loving these flashbacks that Irene's having. And then Mr. David has actually given us 4 reasons why he's crying when he's watching the flashbacks. And I think we can all resonate with these. So Mr. David's 4 reasons why he's crying watching flashbacks is, number 1, Irene is so special.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 2, the storyline is so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, he's sad that Irene's leaving.
Yeah.
And number 4, I remember all the people in these flashbacks and they have made me realise how bloody old I am.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, I concur. Yeah, definitely. Jamie on Twitter was tweeting a picture this week of Mr. Stewart and Irene in the old diner signing paperwork with Morag and Colleen at the table as well, and said Irene selling her half of the diner is the end of an era. I remember her signing the papers when she brought it from Mr. Stewart in 2004.
I do actually, now you say it.
Yeah, and actually
in the old Bayside.
Yeah, and the picture of them sat at the table, it's very sort of similar to what we saw with Leah and Irene sat at the table signing the contract this week. So, like, there's another kind of
it's like a mirror.
Yeah, like what you were saying earlier on the main pod about mirroring, things that have happened in the past and then, doing it again. So, yeah.
That's fascinating then. I'm going to start looking for more of this now then, because I wonder if it's a deliberate...
I like to think so.
I'm going to have to... Because there's probably stuff we've missed,
Yes.
if that's been going on. This mirroring.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Hannah on Twitter says, I've caught up on Eps and every time Irene appears, I feel emotional. I'd still like her to be in every ep until she leaves. Also, I was shocked when they mentioned Cohen going to school. I really hope that we start getting families and characters like we did ages ago. And so a lot of people are saying this. Hannah also says, I felt so sorry for John. It's heartbreaking when those you love start to forget. They could be talking to you about you and then not know who you are, but they still know they can trust you. I also felt so sorry for Irene getting upset about the name slip and the diner too. So yeah, lots of sad things going on with Irene.
Yeah, I think we're just all going through it, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's nice. Nice is probably not the right word, Si, but we're all feeling the same. We're not on our own. We're watching it together. We're feeling it, and we're all going through it, and we can share it with each other. It feels cozy, like that we're not alone, and we're not. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the community feel of us watching it.
Yeah.
We're all going through this together.
Yeah, definitely.
It's corny, but yeah.
No, I get it. No, I think everyone feels the same way, and it's nice that we've got these people on Twitter to talk to, and everyone sort of share their opinion. So, yeah, it's good to hear. Talking of Cohen, because obviously Hannah mentioned Cohen and the fact that he was, talking about going to school. Another Jamie on Twitter says Cohen wants to help out with everything, and everybody loves him. Which means it'll all come crashing down because, of course, it will. We can't be happy for too long. It's a soap.
Wow.
This was before the dad turned up.
Yeah,
so...
before the phone beeped.
Yes.
Yeah, it was getting a little bit too happy there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did have a conversation this week, towards the end of the week on Twitter, where, I was saying Rue's getting too attached to Cohen and, blind Freddie could see this coming. And someone said to me, oh, aren't we all a little too attached to Cohen? And I said, well, actually, I'm not. I didn't get attached to him because I think he's really cute and I think he's a lovely character. I think he's very polite. But I didn't see him in the Bay long term. I couldn't picture him on the show long term.
Yeah, no, I can see it. I think we have a tendency, don't we, to sort of follow the next shiny thing.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, child. You know, like
Yeah.
not in a creepy way, but like, you know, like,
Yeah.
especially those that want these kind of stories. You know, it's quite easy to forgive a lot of stuff that doesn't quite work
Yes.
when you want it as much as Rue does. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, true.
and I'm definitely guilty of sort of. The River Boys, for example, is another example where it's like, you know, how many times are we gonna? I mean, it's not been great. On retrospect, the last couple of iterations have not been great. But then
No.
they announced Brax is coming back, and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, you
True.
know, you know, we do fall for it every time. We just sort of go, oh, look at this new shiny thing.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't imagine a kid in the bay when there's no kids there. And even Archie's not working for me because he's never in any scenes with Harper. And I'm constantly distracted by it because I'm like, okay, she's at the steward's house now. Okay, she's at the police station now. Okay, she's at boot camp now. Okay, she's in the diner now. Okay, she's with Irene now. But she hasn't had Archie with her for the entire time. And it's now getting dark outside. So is he still at nursery?
Well,
You
she
know,
explained that Tane had him today.
she did,
Oh,
but it's distracting me because I'm like, she's
yeah.
only just gone back to work. She's got a 3-month-old baby.
Yeah, it is staffed, isn't it?
And she's not even, like, tonight she was in the diner and she was picking up a takeaway, but she didn't even have a pram with her. Like, she could have had a pram with him. We didn't even have to see the baby. We could just see her with the pram.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be me
Yeah.
going, oh, there she is again, Mum of the Year, Social Worker of the Year, you know, with no child in tow.
What is the plan with Harper? I mean, so this is like major segue onto Harper now, but because the comment was about Cohen, but like we were writing her off as leaving because she's having a kid, right? Weren't we? Like, them's the rules, you know.
Yeah.
But actually, we're now a few months in, like you say, and it's not really working. Her
No.
and baby. Like, what's the plan here? We just never see her with the baby, and we all just pretend it exists somewhere.
It's weird.
Or
Yeah.
is something going to happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, she seems like she's outstayed her welcome a bit because now she's had this baby. It's like, right, now what?
Yeah, I know, and that's what makes me think that, well, what's made me think the last few weeks that Cohen was on a short-term lease, really, because I
Yeah.
was like, not even the baby can integrate into the bay. How is an 11-year-old boy going to?
I think if you were wanting Cohen to stay, it would have been wishful thinking more than
Yeah, true.
I think if you'd have looked at it objectively, you'd have probably known it's a foster storyline.
Yeah,
you know,
it's temporary, emergency
yeah.
foster. Yeah, the clues were there.
Yeah.
The clues were there. We just, like you say, we see what we want to see, or we hope something that we want to see is going to happen. It's interesting. I'm keeping an eye on Harper and the baby because I really don't know where we're going with that, and it's just not working for me at all. But
Yeah, that is interesting. Do you know where I think we're going to go? We're going to go with Joe's not doing anything with my baby. If he starts getting serious with Joe.
Oh yeah,
Tane.
yeah, that'll be the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I don't, like you say, you can't see anything beyond what's happening now, can you, with her?
No, because what is she going to get another man? What's going to happen when Irene leaves? Where's she going to go?
Can't see it.
I can't imagine it. No, it's a bit weird. Bit weird. And we all like Dana, and we're all worried that if Harper leaves, then Dana will leave. Which we don't want to think about. So, yeah.
God, no.
Yeah, no. Let's not go there. Let's just see how it plays out. Let's not get worried about that. We're running before we can walk. I'm going to change the subject to Remi. I'm sorry. I apologise.
Thank you. Thank you.
I apologise, but there's quite a lot of people that want to get stuff off their chest about Remi, so I think we need to hear them out because I think this is group therapy. What I'm about to read.
Go on, I've picked my drink up.
Bear with. So Kate on X Twitter says, "Cannot count the ways I dislike Remi. Spoilt man baby, guilt tripping the woman he cheated on so that she ends up feeling bad for him." And begs him to carry on with his much stalled career as the oldest rocker in town.
Oh my God! Can we frame that tweet?
It really made me. I couldn't even get through it without laughing. It's so good. Yes, Kate, you get it off your chest, girl. Go on.
Kate, you've won the week.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it. Sam says Remi gives it the "I'll do anything to make this right." And as soon as he sees Bree suggest something, it's too hard for him. Sorry, mate, you don't get to control this. Suck it up and work for it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why has she got to put the work in?
Exactly. She was like, "Let's do this," and he's like, "No, it's too hard for me. I can't handle it." You know.
Yeah.
It's too
I'm
hard for
sorry.
you. You had a shag.
I'm sorry.
You,
Who's grovelling here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your heart is
Yeah.
not broken. Her heart is broken, not yours. Anyway.
Well, do you know what? I was going to say something really stupid.
Go on, say it.
Well, it's a good job we've got Levi in town to mend broken hearts.
Maybe that's why Bree needed his help this week. Maybe it wasn't really about, the metaphorical heartbreak. Maybe it was more about the twinges in her chest. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Mr. David says, Remi, music ain't the problem. It's your inability to keep it in your pants that got you in this mess.
Yes, it is.
Preach.
Oh, God.
Preach. Victoria Krankenwagen says, Lord Remi is doing himself no favours on the likability scale.
No. Interesting how it's unanimous by the sounds of it.
Oh, yeah. There's no. I tried to find some balance. There wasn't any. We're all hating Remi this week. There's no alternative. Julie says, yes, Levi. Love the way he burst through the door. He nearly took it off his hinges. When he went to speak to Remi. Yeah.
Something happened with me at that moment. I don't know what went on.
I didn't see it. I saw the scene. I'm not blind. I saw the scene. I saw him.
But you didn't see it.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't see it. Don't see it. Yeah, nothing was on fire in that scene for me, as far as I'm concerned. Jamie says, end this relationship charade now, Bree. We all want to jump out the effing window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's because the car crash is happening in front of our eyes incredibly slowly.
Slowly. Yeah.
And it's like that moment, isn't it, where you where you're telling your friend, no, love.
Yeah.
No, this is time to call it time. You know. And they're not listening. And they're clinging on.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, don't come crying to me.
Yeah. She'll get there.
Even though you know they will.
She'll get there. She just needs to get over him first, and she's going to do that, while she's...
You think that'll be the gig, don't you?
Yeah, I think that would be it for me. I think I'd just look at him on stage and go, no, it's gone. The magic's gone.
Do you know as well?
All I can see is him and her. Yeah.
It's easy for us to sit here and go, dump him, get rid, blah, 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 cheating scumbag. But actually, how many of these people have forgiven infidelity? It's more common than we like to admit. And
it's hard
and
to
actually,
walk
when you're
away
in the situation,
when you're in love.
Yeah, and you've got your feelings involved, like, actually what you think you'd do might not actually be what you'd do.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's hard to walk away when you still love them. I think though a lot of the time people stay with somebody until they've realised they've fallen out of love with them. And sometimes you can't let them go until you've got to that bit. And I think that's what Bree's doing. I think she's not ready to let him go. She doesn't want, because she knows that if she lets him go, he's going to go off with someone else. And she doesn't want that because she's so hurt by the idea of him going off with someone else. So she's staying with him because she doesn't want to not be with him. She doesn't want him to be with anyone else. But she'll heal, and then eventually she'll realise she's not in love with him anymore because he's hurt her so much. She'll get past it, and then she'll just go, oh, I don't love him.
Yeah.
But she's not ready yet. She's not ready to walk away.
Yeah, she's just not got there yet. Yeah.
Nah. Which is, I think, is quite normal. I think that's quite realistic.
Yeah, I agree. It's being portrayed realistically.
Yeah.
I think that's why we're all imploring her.
She'll get there.
I think we've all been in or around that kind of situation. It's such a common one.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I think she'll get there. She just needs the time to realise that she's over him. It will come. I think. I'm fairly positive. She's not daft. She's a smart lady. I think she'll get there. Friend of the pod, Tamsin from Pop Goes the Tam Tam podcast, has summed it up quite neatly for us by saying Remi did this and now he's blaming everyone else.
Yeah.
That's literally
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Woe is me, lad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to change the topic to Sonny.
Oh, thank gosh.
I thought you might be happy about that. We just got a couple of comments about Sonny, just praising him, really, just saying he's great. So first of all, Jamie says the casting of Sonny is incredible, charm to get on with every character on the show. This is like the Irene stuff, I think, this week. And Tamsin has been agreeing as well, saying I really like Irene and Sonny together. Sonny is absolutely a find. And to think we all thought he was there to steal Remi's money.
I know. And I feel responsible for that. I think I spearheaded some of that movement.
You were very sus. And I was like, yeah, he is here, but I'm enjoying it for that. You know, like, he's a scoundrel and he knows he is. Like, he wasn't pretending he wasn't. And actually, he didn't steal anything, really. He just, you know, bought a few breakfasts.
Yeah, and he turned out to be the cheeky chappy naughty.
Yes.
Which is lovable,
Yes.
not sort of con man.
Yeah.
You know, because in the early days it was like, you know, he had his credit card cut off and
yeah. He's just a bit of a slacker and he just likes dining out on people's money, but not in a conny way. He's upfront about it. He's like, yeah, I'm going to take credit card.
I quite like that he's brazen about it. I quite like that he's like this week, that whole thing with Irene, like, I'm just, you know, who gives a crap about money? I'm just do what I want.
Do what I want.
I thought, go for it, gal.
What does Sonny want to do today?
0.7% of me was like, is he after Irene's newfound sold money from the diner? But only a slight fraction.
That didn't even cross my mind. That didn't even cross my mind. But yeah, I mean, she's ripe for the con now.
She's just sold the diner and he's over at her house dancing with her. I thought,
oh, no, don't make it bad. Oh, no. I'm too trusting. I'm too... Because I like him so much. I don't want to believe that. But he could easily con her. Like, she's literally got dementia. Like, that's the perfect scam.
Remi came into money. He turned up. Irene suddenly cut, you know, she's just sold the diner. He's turned up. So, look, it crossed my mind. But for a brief second.
Stop it. You're going to be right and I'm going to be crying. Stop it. I can't cope. Oh, no. No, he's doing it because he loves Dana and I will not hear another word.
Yes, I know. I agree. I'm telling myself that as well.
That's going to be the season finale, darling. I'm going to cry. It's going to be him in South America, like, living it up on Irene's dollar. Oh, God.
Because obviously, surely, you know, the last one drove her to drink, the last scam, so surely not again.
Oh, God.
But it is a little... You've got to admit the timing is a bit...
I hadn't thought about it, honestly. But now I am. Oh, that's ruined my weekend. Ruined.
Oh, don't tell me that. I won't sleep.
Ruined. I'll be up all night tonight thinking about it. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, I'm going to try and pick myself up and finish your Saturday.
Please try.
I'll have me make mental breakdown later. Okay, so we've just been praising Sonny, but now we're going to move on and praise another character or another cast member.
There's a lot of praise going about.
A lot of praise. I like to, because we've had a bit of whinging about Remi, and I thought let's have some nice things to say as well. So Mr. David says Shane Withington can convey a wealth of emotion with a facial expression or a tonal inflection in his voice. Wonderful actor. Love you, JP.
Oh, that's a nice comment.
It's lovely. And do you know what? We get a few tweets a week on the old hashtag about JP and Shane and how lovely he is. We get at least one a week saying this is my weekly Shane appreciation post because we do love him. They do
Give
love
the
him.
guy a logie.
Well, now you say that, Tamsin.
He's had his bogey.
He has had a bogey, which I think is better, and like, I'm glad we acknowledged him before they did. To be honest,
Yeah.
we got there first. Don't forget where you came from. It's
If he ever
funny.
gets a logo, I will remind him.
Yes, exactly. We were there first. It's funny you mentioned that though, because Tamsin also said on our Insta channel earlier in the week, "Oh, John, Shane needs a Logie next year." So you're not the only one calling for the Logie.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does, definitely. Talking of Tamsin, actually, so Tamsin's got a query which I thought was interesting, and it was something I actually mentioned in the room, and nobody was listening in my house. I'll be honest, it's just me talking to the wall. But I did say this out loud, so I was like, "Oh, I'm going to ask you the same question that Tamsin's asking: Are Cash and Eden going to move in together at some point?" And she says, "I think it's weird when couples get married on soaps without having lived together." Yeah, and this is what
it's a bit odd, isn't it?
I actually said this out loud the other day, and then I forgot about it entirely. And then when I was collecting comments for You'll Send the Bell, I was like, "Oh, someone else has asked this question." So this really interested me, because I'm like, I've literally just thought this week. But when they were talking about the wedding, and then when Abs burst in and they were like having that moment on the sofa, when they were like all over each other, and Abs came in with the wedding magazines or whatever, and it was at that moment when I was like, "Oh wait, they don't even live together. Like that's her house, and he's going to go back to his house now while she plans the wedding with her sister, and she lives there with all these people that she used to be in a band with that isn't in a band with." It
is weird, isn't it? Especially as they were even talking children last week, but they've not even moved in yet.
Yeah,
I get it.
It is
It is strange. So, and even I know it's across it's weird. I mean, the living together is the try before you buy bit, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
You don't know what you're getting yourself in for otherwise.
Yeah, 6-month lease max. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think they will end up living together, and I think there's a reshuffle coming of the characters. I think everyone's going to be shuffled about. Irene's going to go, and I think I've not seen anything. I don't want to see anything, but my gut feeling is Maz could end up in the beach house. Now, whether that means Harper and Dana stay with her, I sort of want to see that, to be honest with you. Girls just want to have fun at the beach house. But I think you've got Cash and Eden, marital. I'm absolutely convinced Bree's off. And she is the leaseholder of the apartment.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, over there at the moment, you've got Sonny, Theo, and Lacy. So Theo, I think Theo's going to go back to the Morgans' house.
Do you? Oh,
yeah. I think because he sort of escaped there. And it was just sort of never really revisited. Like, is it a permanent thing? Like, I think he'll go back.
Do you? I didn't think that. Yeah.
And I think if Lacy reconciles with father, she'll come back to the family, wherever they live. We just got to guess at this stage. So I think the apartment's going to come up, and I think it'd be quite interesting if Cash and what's she called? Eden.
Yeah.
End up in the apartment.
Because Sonny, I don't really know why it hasn't happened already, but Sonny could have Kirby's room, even if it's short term. Sonny could move
and like
in...
he's friends with Remi, and
exactly.
Like, they go way back. Yeah,
that would make sense.
Yeah.
So him moving there, Eden move out with Cash. That would leave Tane, baby in a house on their own. Potentially Harper might need somewhere to live. She could move in with Tane. I think that's awkward AF. But at least
he has got a pool.
And at least they'd be under one roof, because she doesn't want to look after baby Archie, let's face it. So she can leave him at any time with him at home.
I mean, I suppose that does open them up to drama, because like, are they going to have another fumble?
Or what I was thinking was she's going to walk in home after a long day at work and see Joe on her sofa playing with the baby.
Yeah.
She's not going to like that.
I think we've already rewritten this, haven't we? We've already reshuffled them all. That's what we would do.
That is what we would do. But 3 months from now, the wedding is happening and they haven't lived together. That's weird, I think.
That is, yeah, it's odd, and it. Tamsin's right. Like, it is strange, and why do soaps do that? Because it's just completely unrealistic.
It is. It's like we're old-fashioned. We're clearly not, because Facebook can't stop commenting that people are always bed hopping, which is just ridiculous.
It drives me mad. Go on.
No, I'm not going to mention any Facebook. I've not got any Facebook comments this week. But in terms of the Cash and Eden stuff, we're actually being really old-fashioned with them not living together, and yet Facebook would have you think that everybody on the show is shagging everybody else. You know.
Yeah, and do you know why though? Because I think there's a lot of people on Facebook who don't watch.
Yeah, there are. You're right. Yeah.
It's the same on some of the forums I'm on, and I end up this bed hopping thing. And when you say, "Tell me who's bed hopped," no one can name anybody.
No, they can't.
I constantly
the only person
that.
that's bed hopped is Remi, because he's cheated on Bree, and technically he's bed hopped.
Oh, someone's cheated on somebody. That's not a unique soap storyline. Give me strength.
Yeah.
But none of, there's an affair in EastEnders happened recently. Does that get accused of constant bed hopping? No, because they're young and it's so quite, and it's quite a sexy, glossy soap. It gets
and they're attractive. They're attractive people.
It's a lazy criticism, that
is. It's discriminatory against attractive people. That's what it is.
Yeah. Because it's not often.
It's that whole thing where if you're ugly and you sleep with a load of people, no one calls you a slag. But if you're attractive and you sleep with loads of people, you're a slag. You know?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You sleep with 2 people, you're a slag.
Well, yeah. Or even 1. Yeah.
It drives me mad because if you actually watch it, no one's hopping beds.
No, they're not. But it is something I see on Facebook all the time. Can't start whenever there's a picture, because obviously the Home and Away UK page on Facebook, they do put pictures up sometimes. This is what's happening this week, or they'll put a video of something that's going to happen that week. And if it's a couple, and I kind of have a little bet of myself. How many bed hopping comments am I going to see when I click on the comments? There's always at least one. Oh, this show always bed hopping. And it's like they're a
even
couple.
Though they're a couple,
they're a couple. Yeah. And maybe the bed hopping, maybe this is the problem, because they don't live together. Is that it? They don't live together. They're not sharing the same permanent bed 24/7. So maybe these people that don't understand the word bed hopping think that's bed hopping, because then they're hopping from their bed to their bed. The same maybe. 2 people, but the 2 beds.
Maybe it's just because this soap's a bit sexier than the English ones.
I think it's that, yeah.
And it's it's just a bit lazy.
Yeah.
Drives me mad because it's not actually the reality.
No, it's not. But maybe if we had couples living under the same roof in the same bed, we couldn't be accused. Because they're not hopping. Because at the moment, if anyone said that Cash and Eden were bed hopping, the only way you could, logically defend that is by saying, well, sometimes they're in her bed and sometimes they're in his bed.
And sometimes they're on the sofa.
Sometimes on the sofa, yeah. And sometimes they're in the sea, and sometimes they're on the beach. And Sophie loves all of this. So,
so rack off.
Back off
to wherever you came from.
Chastity Beltland, yes. Yes. Anyway, that's
Weatherfield.
There's quite a lot of hopping in Weatherfield. Anyway, we should probably move on, because this is turning into a bit of an hour sail of the bay. Nina got in touch with us this week on Twitter because we talked about Maz on last week's podcast, and I said about how, I think Marilyn's a bit overlooked in terms of the diner. Like, no one's even thought about Marilyn buying the diner or having a stake in it.
Investing, yeah.
No one's even asked her if she's interested, or, and Nina got in touch and said, I still can't believe that Leah didn't even ask Maz to at least buy half of Irene's share of the diner. Maz deserves it. Yeah, so not like a full, she could have had a quarter share.
I know. Anything you can afford, Dal. And then not only that snub, Then she gets asked to take a picture of them.
That's what Tamsin said. So Tamsin said, poor Marilyn taking the photo, never asked to be in it with them. Yeah, that was
She's a massive part of the diner.
She
Do
is.
you not think Irene would want to remember that as well?
She hasn't got any photos of her and Marilyn. There's literally nothing in those frames. I felt really bad for Marilyn again this week because of that. Yeah.
I'm starting to see. People have been saying for a while about the treatment of Marilyn and all the rest of it. I've always been sort of quite flippant of it, but actually I'm starting to see it,
I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy. She's gonna end up I don't know, I just feel like there's some snub coming soon. She's not gonna get a goodbye to Irene. Everyone else is gonna be at some big farewell thing, sort of waving her off as she goes off to wherever she goes, and Marilyn's not going to be there. She's going to be the only one keeping the diner afloat. I feel like there's something like that going to happen because I don't know, I've just got a bad feeling that she's not going to get acknowledged.
We're going to have to call it if that's the case. We're going to have to be truthful. We're going to have to come on here, and we're going to have to go hell for leather if that happens.
I just don't feel like she's being utilised in this storyline at all.
No. Weird, isn't it? Again, it's the Alf thing as well.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? I don't know, but at least she's in the scenes with Irene. Alf's not, but Marilyn's in the scenes. She's just playing second fiddle. It's just really weird. It's really weird. Really weird. But anyway, I'm going to read you one last tweet from Mr. David before we sign off for the week. And that is Mr. David saying, it's just on fire at the moment. You go from laughing to weeping and wailing in the space of 5 minutes. And I think you said something earlier on the podcast about that this week, where there's one episode that took you through every emotion possible.
Yeah, I was exhausted at the end,
Yeah.
I was crying, I was laughing, I was like, oh, God, now I've got to try and do a day's work.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you watch it at stupid o'clock in the morning. Yes.
So, yes, it is. It's on fire at the minute, and it's definitely taken us with it.
Yeah,
definitely. I'd rather watch it like this than passively, not really caring about anything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I know we've had some comments about things that we're not enjoying so much, but that's only because we're really picky about the show and we're really analysing it. But overall,
and that's our job on here, isn't it? Let's face it.
And we shine a light on the things that aren't quite working or whatever. But overall, you can't knock it. You can't knock the show at the moment. And I think Mr. David's right. It's bringing up all the emotions. It's being really well written. It's flowing really well. I'm excited to find out what's happening next week. I'm not thinking, oh, glad that's over for a week and I can have a rest. I'm not thinking that at all. I'm thinking, I want to know about Cohen's dad. I want to know about the accident. I want to know what's going to happen to Bree and Remi. Is she finally going to kick him out on his ear? There's loads of stuff where I'm like, I want to know what's happening. So that's the sign of it being good, isn't it? That you're enjoying it. So,
yeah, we're obviously invested. Definitely.
Everyone's got opinions as well, which is good. Yeah, really
Always.
good. Always good. And talking of opinions, thank you guys. Thanks for your input. Without it, there would be no Your Say on the Bay. So we do appreciate it. And that's all we've got for this week. So we'll catch you next weekend, won't we?
Woohoo! See you then.
Boy!
Bye!
Woo-hoo!
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts and ensure you never miss an episode.